The champagne had definitely gotten to me. The music, the soft glow of fairy lights, and the infectious energy of the wedding had me feeling bold. Maybe a little too bold. But wasn't that what weddings were about? Romance, excitement, maybe even a little recklessness? That's what I told myself when I spotted him. He was standing near the bar, looking effortlessly put together. His dark suit fit him perfectly, tailored in a way that suggested he knew how to dress well without trying too hard. The top button of his shirt was undone, his tie slightly loosened as if he had just escaped a too formal conversation. He had this quiet confidence, the kind that made him stand out without even trying. He wasn't loudly chatting with a group or making a show of himself, just sipping his drink, watching the party with a faint smirk on his lips. I had never seen him before, which meant he wasn't from my side of the family. A friend of the groom, maybe? A distant relative? Either way, he was too intriguing to ignore. With the courage only wedding champagne could provide, I walked right up to him. "You know," I said, my voice coming out smoother than I expected, "weddings are the perfect place to meet someone special. Ever thought about that?" He turned his head, raising an eyebrow as if amused by my sudden presence. Up close, he was even more attractive. Sharp jawline, dark eyes that held an amused glint, and just the right amount of stubble to make him look effortlessly charming. "Are you suggesting I meet someone special tonight?" he asked, setting his glass down. "Maybe," I replied, leaning against the bar with a confidence I definitely didn't have. "Depends on whether you're into bold, slightly tipsy women who believe in fate." He chuckled, low and deep, and I felt it in my chest. Bold is interesting. Tipsy is entertaining. Fate? He tilted his head slightly. "That's a bit dramatic," I smirked. "Oh, come on. Let's test fate. Dance with me." I expected hesitation, maybe even a polite decline. Instead, he took one last sip of his drink, placed the glass down with an air of finality, and held out his hand. His fingers curled around mine, warm and firm, as he led me onto the dance floor. The music was slow, romantic, the kind of song that made you want to sway under the dim lights and pretend you were in a movie. His hand rested lightly on my waist, guiding me effortlessly, and I had to admit, he was good at this. Confident, self-assured, the kind of man who didn't just move, but knew exactly how to make his partner follow. "You're not terrible at this," I admitted, feeling a little breathless as he spun me unexpectedly. "Neither are you," he replied smoothly. His voice sent a shiver down my spine. This was flirting in its purest form. A dance, a subtle game, an electric tension that neither of us acknowledged outright, but both of us felt. I was already thinking of something else to say, something witty and flirtatious, when a voice interrupted us. "Oh, good, you two met." I turned, smiling at first, until I saw my sister standing there. She looked between us, pleased, like she had orchestrated this somehow. I frowned. "Wait, you know him?" She gave me a look, as if I had asked the dumbest question in the world. Yeah. This is Daniel, my husband's older brother." My stomach plummeted. My sister's husband. His brother. The man I had just spent the last 10 minutes shamelessly flirting with, dancing with, practically throwing myself at. I felt a wave of horror crash over me. Daniel, meanwhile, seemed completely unbothered. If anything, his smirk deepened, as if he found my realization highly entertaining. He leaned in slightly, his voice low and teasing. "Still believe in fate?" I wanted the ground to swallow me whole.